Hey sis, and welcome back to my channel. So as you could probably see from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about how I lost 20 pounds. Now, a little disclaimer before I get this video started, this is just me telling my journey. As some of you guys know, I have been really heavy into fitness for about 6 years now, and I just like to come on here to share my journey just to see if maybe it can help somebody else who's on the same journey just not give up and just know that there's ways to get it done. So I just want you guys to understand, disclaimer before we start, that this is not me telling you what you have to do. This is just things that help me along my way and things that I found useful, and just for me to share with you guys to see if you find it useful as well. So without further ado, now let's get right into this video. So about 6 years ago, I was around maybe like almost 160. Altogether, I lost like 30 pounds, but I'm going to talk about how I lost my first 20 pounds. So I have my whiteboard right here with the information written down, because I've been doing this lately a lot too, where I write down the information so you guys can visually see it as I'm talking, just so I have pinpoints on what I want to speak on, because sometimes when you're talking in a moment you forget. So yeah. So the first thing I did was I ate better, not less. So I focused on whole filling foods, protein, veggies, healthy carbs, okay? So when I mean I ate better, not less, when I first started my journey, I thought that in order for me to be in shape that I need to eat less, because I didn't know about healthy eating. Like, I was not a person that ate healthy throughout my life, so I didn't know what that meant. All I knew is, okay, just stop eating. When I was completely wrong. It wasn't until I replaced my bad meals with healthier meals is when I saw the best results. It wasn't like me just cutting out meals in general. It was me replacing it. So instead of skipping breakfast, I would just have a healthier breakfast. So instead of me eating like a donut for breakfast, I would have scrambled eggs with a turkey bacon and maybe a side of toast or something like that. Just something healthier. And then for lunch, instead of me just doing like lettuce with no meats, no proteins at all, because I thought that was just something healthier to do, I learned that I need to start doing stuff like salmon with a side of veggies, or even baked chicken with a side of veggies. I stuck with baked or grilled protein. So fish or chicken, or even beef at times. I just stayed away from frying my foods, and I stayed away from greasy fast foods and just sugary meals altogether. I stayed away from that super duper heavy, especially within my first 2 months. And then I slowly started adding it back into my routine in, like, you know, moderation. So if I wanted to have junk food every once in a while, I would do it. But my first like few weeks, my first few months doing it, I was really kind of not strict on myself, but I made a thing where I'm like, I want to stay away from sugar, because when you're first starting a journey, you're a little bit weaker when it comes to sugar. So if you have it a little bit, you're gonna want to have it all the time. When you slowly like get used to not having it all the time, you could do it bits and bits. You can add it in moderation, and it'll be a little bit easier for you to moderate yourself and not overdo it, okay? The next thing I did was I cut out empty calories, like I just said. Chips, cookies, sodas. I did simple swaps. So instead of me just cutting it out altogether, I was saying I replaced it. And there's ways you can replace your snacks too. So instead of ice cream, I was doing yogurts. Instead of candy, I was doing fruits. And one of the yogurts I really like this yogurt. It's called Silk Yogurt. I get it from Publix, and it is so good. Like, I used to have a thing for like ice cream. And for one, I'm lactose intolerant anyways. So I was like, I want something that would be able to replace it, because I like cold stuff. Like, I want something that tastes like ice cream. Yogurt was like the best replacement for me, honestly speaking. Also, when I said replacing candy with fruit, I just feel like when I crave candy, I'm craving something like fruity-ish and juicy anyways. So once I got into like mangoes, pineapples, and even smoothies, that really gave me that craving, that sugary craving that I'm really craving. But I just replaced it with natural sugars like that fruit has. Fruit has natural sugars that's not as bad for you as like a candy or like a soda. Especially with drinking our calories. Let's get into that too. I had to cut out liquid calories. Now, soda was my kryptonite, and it still kind of is. I still like struggle here and there with that, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I used to drink soda every single day. It was just such a kryptonite for me, especially like Sprites or Cokes. Like, I don't know, it just did something for me. Like, you know what I mean, when you're thirsty, but you don't want to drink water, you want something with flavor. And what I had to do was, because I was so addicted to soda and I knew that it had too much sugar in it and it was making me bloated and it was just not good for me, I started out with sparkling water, carbonated waters, and I got like the lemon flavor, the lime flavored ones. I found ones that actually taste close to soda, but it's still just water. And I would also add lemon to my waters. Not a lot of people like that. Not a lot of people like the taste of lemon with their water, but I just add like one thing of lemon to it, and it would like kind of give me that flavor of like a juice-ish thing without me really drinking juice, because juice has so much sugar in it. And also, one of my favorites, I got into smoothies. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say smoothies have no sugar in it, because they do, but I don't think that it's as bad and is as much sugar as like a juice that you get from the store would be. So I really like smoothies a lot, especially smoothies that you make homemade. I got into making my own smoothies with coconut water, mangoes, and pineapples. These are not the fruits you have to use. These are just the type of fruits that I use because I like mangoes and pineapples. I got the frozen packs from Publix, and I like got a blender, and that is like my favorite thing to this date. Like, I love smoothies so much. I don't think anybody understands, and it really replaces juice for me. And it actually, once you start doing it, if you're a juice fiend, you might like the smoothies more than juice because it just gives you that natural flavor. It's not super duper sweet like juice is, and it doesn't taste like fake. You get what I'm trying to say? You can tell it's like real fruit. And also, if you want that soda feeling too, try adding a sparkling water with the coconut water and the frozen fruit and blending that together, so that way your smoothie will have like a soda-ish flavor. So it's kind of like a soda in a way, but it's not a soda because it's not all that sugar and all that in it. You get what I mean? You heard it here first. K-Fit's hack, okay? So the next thing, 3 meals, 1 snack, no skipping meals, okay? So I have stopped obsessing over my calories. Now, 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying you have to force feed yourself. If you're not hungry, I understand, don't force yourself to eat. But if you are hungry, you need to make sure you're eating your meals, because we think that when we're not eating, we're going to see results, we're going to lose weight. But actually, when you're not eating, you're going to be more prone to binge eating at the end of the day. I used to go without eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I was still snacking throughout the day. So I was trying to figure out, well, why am I still gaining weight? Why am I still unhealthy? That's because I'm snacking on a bunch of snacks instead of eating meals. Honestly speaking, you probably are going to lose more weight when you actually eat filling meals, because it's keeping you full throughout the day. Like, your breakfast will keep you full into your lunch. Your lunch will keep you full into dinner. You might like be a little bit hungry for a snack in between, like the snacks I said before, yogurt, fruit, those type of things, but it won't make you you're not going to be craving snacks all throughout the day when you eat full filling meals. You want to make sure you get your portions right. So I did not weigh my foods and stuff like that. I just eyed it and I made sure I portioned it right. I would get a regular size plate. I would not do big plates. I would do a regular size. So I'll make sure I have my protein, my carb, and my vegetable on the side. If I was doing a carb that day, I would do a healthier carb like sweet potatoes, cauliflower rice, those type of carbs, but I didn't overdo with carbs. I would have carbs like with one of my meals a day, not both, but that's just me personally. Or some days I wouldn't have carbs at all, but that's just because I feel like carbs sometimes make me too full, and I don't like how bloated they make me feel at times. But I'm not saying you have to cut it out completely. Just focus on healthier carbs and try to stay away from refined carbs in the beginning, but I'm not here to tell you exactly how to eat, you know what I mean? So the next thing, like I said, I stopped obsessing over my calories, and I didn't count calories. Instead, I just did portion control, like I said before. Use a smaller plate, like I said. Instead of doing like a super big plate, I did a smaller one, just so it's easier for me to portion it and actually eye my food better. And I slowed down when I ate, okay? So this actually helps in many ways, because I don't know why, I feel like eating slower just makes me feel more full in the end, because like I feel like when you eat super fast, when it's gone, you feel like, wow, that was too quick. I need another plate. I think it's a psychological thing. That's just what it was for me. So that's something I learned that helped me when I ate slower. So that's just something that helped me. And also, ate when I was hungry and I stopped when I was full. So I used to have a problem with binge eating and overeating, because I don't know, a lot of you guys understand it. When you're finished eating, you think you want more, but you really don't. A lot of that is dehydration, and a lot of the times you're just thirsty because you're not drinking enough water. My mom told me that a long time ago, and I never listened to her until now in my adulthood. She used to tell me, you're not hungry, you're just thirsty. You're not hungry, you're just thirsty. And honestly speaking, I was thirsty, but I thought, oh no, I'm drinking soda, I'm drinking juice, I'm still hungry. No, you need to be drinking water. Like, I literally was like, oh, I really am just thirsty. Like, as soon as I drink water, I'm like, okay, I'm not hungry anymore. I'm not saying that I drank water and I didn't eat at all and I was just not hungry. No, I'm saying I ate my dinner, but I also made sure I drank water too. And after that, I was like, okay, this dinner was actually filling. I just am not drinking enough water throughout the day. So you want to make sure you're drinking at least a gallon of water a day. I have that in my notes too up here, but I just want to say that ahead of time. Just a gallon of water a day, especially since you're going to be working out. You want to make sure you're getting your water intake in, okay? Water is so important. When you work out, you're burning off so much calories, and you're also sweating a lot. So you're losing a lot of water. You want to get that water back in your body by drinking it. Also, just water is just overall good for your health in general. It flushes you out. It's great for your digestive system, all of that. bloating, everything. You want to make sure you're getting your water intake in, okay? I was one of those kids who just hated water. I was not those people that drink a lot of water, and it's a struggle for me now sometimes, so I have to like set alarms or just make it a daily goal to make sure I'm drinking my water, okay? So don't forget your water. That's very important. Now that we're done with the eating and what you need to be drinking, the next thing I did was I moved daily. So I walked 30 to 60 minutes a day, and I also would do 20-minute home workouts. So let me break that down for you guys so you guys understand what I mean. So let's say I did a 20 to 30-minute workout, right? But the workout was a HIIT workout, high intensity interval training, where I'm burning a lot of calories in a short period of time, doing workouts like jumping jacks, squats, and burpees, and doing that in sets of 4. If I did that, I wouldn't like set time aside to like walk on a treadmill, because that was my full-blown cardio workout. I'm not saying you can't, but you can, but I'm just saying that's what I did. So if I did like a HIIT circuit, even if it was just 10 minutes, that like worked my whole body enough to where I didn't really walk on a treadmill that day. But if I was just doing like a leg workout or something like that, like squats and like maybe like Bulgarian split squats, I would end that with a 30-minute walk on the treadmill or even outside. I'm not saying you have to, but it helped for me. And when people say you don't need to do cardio every single day, I don't have an issue with that, but I feel like it's best to say you don't have to do high intensity cardio every single day. I do feel like it's good to have some form of body movement throughout the day, even if that's just a walking form of cardio. That's not straining your body, that's not overdoing it. Walking, even if you're just walking 10 minutes a day, I feel like just get your body moving, even if you're just walking, okay? So what I did was I walked and I added in HIIT workouts at least twice a week or something like that. So I cut it down to 2 times a week doing HIIT workouts, and then the rest of the week I would walk. But I would also add in strength training. So squats, Bulgarian split squats, arm raises, bent over rows, those type of things. But I'm talking about the cardio part now. So yeah, I would walk at the end of those workouts, and I'll also do HIIT circuits on the days where I wasn't doing those workouts. And just, I really say when you build your routine, build a routine that feels good for you. So I can't tell you guys what to do exactly. I can only say what I did, and that's pretty much how my schedule went. I would work out from Monday to Friday. If I wasn't sore, if I was sore some of those days throughout the week, I would make those my rest days. But usually my rest days was on weekends. But if, like I said, if I was sore throughout the week, or if I just couldn't work out, that would be a rest day, and that's just what it would be. But if I'm working legs Monday, I made it a goal not to do legs Tuesday too, because it's a thing where you can overwork your muscles, you burn out. You're not supposed to work the same muscle back to back, okay? You need to give that muscle time to grow and that muscle rest. So if I did a leg day Monday, Tuesday, I wouldn't even do a HIIT workout for real. If it's super heavy on my legs, I would probably just walk and then maybe do a HIIT workout like Wednesday. It just really depends on how my schedule goes. So I can't even really tell you, but it just really depends on like how I felt. But I was just combining HIIT, walking, and strength training combined all together, and that made magic, okay? So I also did consistency over intensity, okay? So if I wanted to intensify my workouts, I use a dumbbell anyway. So like I work out from home, so I was a dumbbell for my legs and stuff like that. But I really made sure I was just being consistent. So I wasn't working out hours on hours at a time. It wasn't until I started working out 20, maybe 30 minutes a day is when I saw the real results, because I was doing simple, easy stuff without burning out. And it was actually something I was looking forward to, because I knew, okay, this is quick, simple, and I can get back to my life. You know what I mean? I can get back to what I need to do for the day. I don't have to wake up and say, oh, I have to spend 2 hours doing this. No, it's just 30 minutes, if that, a simple workout, and it's simple, beginner friendly, easy, straight to the point. I have those on my page as well, but that's just something that really worked for me. All the workouts I post on my page are actually workouts that I did too that really helped me. So yeah, I just love at-home workouts. So I'm an at-home workout type of girl. I used to go to the gym because at the gym, I remember there was like some weird dudes there, and it was just like I have anxiety, so I just didn't really like it. And also, like, when I was there, I was like, I felt like I had to be there for hours on hours. And then working out from home, it was so simple and easy for me. And I just, like, I don't know, I feel like I saw the best results because I was being easier on myself. I didn't feel like I had to like keep up with other people, or I didn't feel like I had to impress other people at the gym. But that's just how I was. I was young too, so yeah. So the next thing, I already said this, stay hydrated, and I cut out liquid calories. So I cut out sodas, I cut out juices, and I gave you guys the replacements like smoothies, sparkling waters, carbonated waters, stuff like that. I just really make sure I up my water intake. You think it doesn't make a difference, but it actually makes a huge difference. Like once you start drinking water, you'll see a major difference in your skin, a major difference in just your bloatedness, and you'll probably start seeing fat loss a lot faster because you don't see how much calories you're literally consuming with just the stuff you drink. So those juices and sodas contain so much sugar and so many calories. Once you cut them out, you'll notice a major difference. Like your face bloat will go down, your stomach bloat will go down. You'll just notice a major change. Okay, so last thing I did was I fixed my mindset. So I have a bunch of different things written down that I did that I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna make it quick. So the first thing, stop rushing the process, okay? You know what that means. It means that I did not rush for results. I understand that as humans, it's normal to want results fast. But I had to understand that it's going to come in due time. I had to focus on just the lifestyle change over just wanting a quick fix. Because honestly speaking, when you're just looking at it as a quick fix, that's when you start to that's when you'll fall off. Because once you get your results, you'll be like, okay, I'm here now. I don't have to do anymore. This is all I want. I just wanted to get to this result. And then you'll fall off and you'll probably gain the weight back, or you'll probably just be unhealthy again because you were just looking at it as something to quickly fix your issue. No, look at it as a lifestyle. So you're not looking at it as something where I want a quick fix and I just want to be healthy for now and then I'll get back on slacking after I get to my goal. That's not what you need to do. You need to say, okay, this is my lifestyle change. I'm doing this because I want to be a healthier me forever. Forever, okay? We're in this forever, okay? So the next thing I did was I focused on health, not just my weight, okay? I know that especially as a female and a young female, it might be hard to look at the scale and you notice that it might always say the same number, or it's going down but it's not going down to the way you want it to go down to. But at the end of the day, if you're being a healthier version of you, and if you're working out, and if you're making the healthy changes, that's really all that matters, okay? The scale will go down eventually. Don't make that your main focus. Don't make that your main goal, because honestly speaking, you could lose all your fat and it can be replaced with muscle, and it could weigh the same amount. A pound is a pound, so it could literally, you could still weigh the same, but you see physical changes and you see your body proportions look amazing and different, and your doctor's telling you that you're healthier. So what are we really complaining about? A number? You get what I'm trying to say? This is not the skinny Olympics. This is not the Olympics to see who could be the smallest, okay? That's not healthy. That creates disorders, that creates eating disorders, and I've been there, trust me, and I've done that, so I understand how triggering that could be. So I always say, try to stay away from the scale a little bit and try to focus more on your proportions if you want to go based off of how you look, and also just your overall inner health, maybe your blood pressure, or just health in general. Just your being a healthy version of you, getting stronger, being able to endure more, your endurance, your cardio endurance, stuff like that. Just focus on that overall instead of just the skill, okay? Because that takes the fun out of this journey. And this journey is meant to be fun and enjoyable. I also reminded myself why I started. So when you remind yourself why you started, that keeps you motivated to keep going, okay? If you tell yourself, I started this because I want to be a healthier version of me. On those days where you feel like giving up, you're going to keep on going because you're like, okay, I have a goal to get to. The same way you're like that when it comes to school, or even just your career and what you want out of life. Treat fitness like that. Okay, I'm doing this because I want to be healthier. I want to have that nice body. I want to be comfortable and be confident in my own skin and my body. You get what I'm trying to say? So don't give up on yourself. Don't quit on yourself, because in the end, you will see results. You will. No matter what size you are now, you will see results in the end. Just keep going, okay? And remind yourself why you started, and remind yourself of how far you came. You came too far to give up now. So why? You know what I mean? And also, if you haven't even started yet, today is your day to start, okay? So I also visualized my best self, and I showed up like her daily. So if my best self was always disciplined, I showed up like her daily, and that also manipulated my mind into being disciplined. I had to rely on discipline over my motivation, because every day I'm not going to be motivated. So I have to show up like the disciplined person that I am, because I'm not going to be motivated every day to do this. It's just a natural human thing. Nobody's motivated to do everything every single day. But showing up as yourself, showing up as the higher version of yourself will get you to where you want to be. I also stopped comparing myself, and I love myself throughout this journey. Now, when you compare yourself, it takes the fun out of everything. Comparison is a thief of joy, and that's with everything you do, especially with your fitness journey. When you are comparing yourself, if you'll look at someone else's body and say, I never reached that, then you'll low-key look at yourself and not do it. You'll not even want to continue within your fitness journey, because you feel like if you can't get to that person's body, then what's the point of doing it? When honestly speaking, everybody's body is different. Also, the stuff you see on social media might not be real. There's such thing as Photoshop. So you're comparing yourself to something that might not even be real, honestly speaking. So Only person you should compare yourself to is who you were the other day. Even that is questionable. You get what I'm trying to say? Don't compare yourself. It's only getting better. It's only about becoming a better version of you. It's not about becoming the best version of them. It's about becoming the best version of you, okay? So this is your journey for a reason. You're the only one in this body, okay? It's your body. You might as well make it the best to your liking, the best to will look better on you, the best that it could be on your body, the best that you could be. That's what it is. Become the best that you could be for you, okay? This journey is not for anybody else. It is for yourself, okay? So why compare yourself to somebody else when you're not them, okay? So don't sit around sad, moping because you don't have that person's body. No, why don't you just work on your body and becoming the best version of you? Work to make your body look the way it needs to look on you. The best it can look on you, okay? And also genetics play a part. We can go into a deep combo about that some other time, but you should never compare your body to anybody else's. I know it's hard, but just don't compare yourself. And the last thing I did was I journaled and I took progress pictures and practiced positive affirmations as well. So in my journaling, I would do positive affirmations. So I would say, I am so proud of myself. I am strong. I am confident. I am motivated. Just stuff like that. Just reminding myself. And it also helped me be motivated to keep on going within the journey. And also progress pictures actually really helped with my confidence too, because I don't know, just seeing the progress makes me feel so good. But I was not looking at pictures every single day. I was literally taking a progress picture, but not looking back on it until like maybe 2 months afterwards. And then I'll see how my body looked 2 months after. Because looking at it every day, it's like, that's torturing yourself, because it's like, nobody's going to see changes after one day. So I had to literally wait 2 months and then look at them, and it helped me stay motivated, because I'm like, wow, look how much hard work I did and how my hard work is paying off. It also helped with my confidence, and it just helped me love myself throughout it, okay? You can't get anywhere if you don't love yourself in the now. So wherever you are now in life, I want you to just love yourself at that, because in order to get more, in order to be blessed with more, you have to first appreciate and love what you have now. And that is also when it comes to your body. In order to get the body you want, you have to appreciate it and love your body as it is now, okay? So I really hope that video helped whoever needed to hear it. I just really wanted to motivate and give advice to whoever is like starting their journey and just wants to lose some weight or just wants to be a healthier version of themselves. Just to want you to know that it's not as hard as it seems, and it should not be intimidating, and I feel like it should be simple and easy for everybody to start, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.